Hello everybody, John here with Performance Plus Tennis. Welcome to today's lesson where we're going to cover a topic on the serve that's often overlooked but will improve your serve performance right away. And that's all about the pre-serve routine. What is it all about? How can you use the pre-serve routine to improve your serving performance? We're going to get into that and more in today's lesson. And of course, when it comes to the routine, we see so many different styles of servers. But take a look at Novak Djokovic. He goes into his movement here and he bounces the ball 15 times or whatever he does. He's thinking as he's doing this, whatever he's doing. Other players may just bounce the ball nice and smoothly a couple of times, a little slower tempo, which is what I like. But one thing for sure is that every pro is doing a routine. And a lot of them, they do it to get to the feel of the serve. They may not even be able to explain it that way, okay? But there's a physical component to it and a rhythm component to it, and then there's a mental component, of course. But when you're working on just the physical part, what I like to have you do is just set up and have your weight just slightly on the back foot. And then work on the skill of having your hands separate away, release the ball, and then once the ball leaves your hand, just shift your weight over the ball. And you'll see virtually every single pro do this. Once the ball leaves the hand, they won't stay back and do this. They'll actually shift onto the front foot and the back heel will generally rise, okay? And then they'll reset their hands, and this is where things change a little bit. There's a couple of different styles. There's a rock back style from here where we'll be forward and we'll stay with the heel up, and then we'll pause and then we'll rock back to go into the serve. That's one style. The other style is the sit back. Rafael Nadal is a sit back. He'll go like this, and the first thing he'll do is sit back. Pete Sampras was the same way, and then they'll serve from that back foot position rather than rocking. But the purpose of this routine is to create a rhythm and sort of mimic the start of the serve itself, and I'll explain in greater detail here. When I set up to serve, I set up my hands. My hands separate away and I release the ball, and I release the ball with the racket right back here behind me as a counterbalance, and I release the ball and I just hold this here. And I'm practicing the skill of separating away, releasing the ball, and then raising the back heel. Reset my hands, come to the back foot, and I'll do my routine again, okay? Now this little pattern here that I'm creating and the shift of my body weight to the back foot to the front foot is actually mimicking my serve. And as I do this, you can't tell whether I'm going down or I'm going up. So when you get this routine and your own style and your own feel established, do it every time, even when you're practicing your serve, because it's what's going to lead you to creating rhythm. And the pattern, once again, the hands separate away to toss the ball down or up. The feel of this is identical. The balance and the body position is also identical to actually entering into your serve. So it's going to help you out quite a bit, okay? So here we go again. The other thing that I'm doing here in the routine is I'm also controlling the ball to my hand. So I'm using this as a mechanism, and I'm actually moving more from the shoulder. I'm not flicking my wrist. I'm not hinging at the elbow. I'm actively moving the arm more from the shoulder because I'm going to use that similar shoulder action to place the ball up as well. Okay, so you're practicing the skill of controlling the ball back to your hand with a certain tempo that you're going to apply in the upward motion as well. So it's going to help your toss control, it's going to help your rhythm, help your balance, all those things. Okay, so a really simple guideline that I'm going to give you here is that when the ball's in my hand, my back heel is down. When the ball exits the hand, the heel rises. Ball gets in the hand, the heel goes down. Ball gets out of the hand, heel rises. And regardless of the player's style, whether they're a pinpoint or a platform, you're going to see that when they get into their balanced trophy position, that the back heel is always going to be up. And in many cases, you're going to see that the front heel is up as well, but not to the same extent or the same angle that the back heel is. So this routine will feed right into the feel, the balance, the rhythm of your serve while building important skills like ball control. They're going to help your serve quite a bit. Now that we've established what the technical or physical elements are of the routine and the ritual for the serve, let's talk about the mental part. And I think this is really, really important. So when you come up to serve, you can do so many things in this stage of your serving. I usually think about the patterns that I've already created in the match. I think about what the score is. I think about where I want to serve the ball. I think about what I'm going to do on the return. There's a lot of things that are going on. So when I'm in here, I'm thinking, okay, it's 30-40, 3-4, break point, I got to get a first serve in here to the weak side of my opponent so that I can take charge of the point. I've got to win this point or I'm going to be down 3-5 trying to break serve to stay in the set. I don't want to be there. Conversely, if I'm up 4-1 and it's 40 love, I might just say, you know what, I'm going to go for a big blast and see if I can actually, get inside my opponent's head and make them feel even more intimidated because I'm blasting serves that they can't touch. So you got to think about the situations you're in, and there are a lot of variables, but this is the time frame where you're thinking about it. From between points, you're coming up and thinking about what the score is. What is his or her weakness? Where do I want to place this ball? How do I want to construct this point? Do I want to serve and volley? Do I want to serve and stay back? Where do I want to play my first ball? All those things enter into the mental part of your pre-serve routine that you've got to get in there. So as a conclusion, use the routine initially to create rhythm in your serve so you've got a nice flowing movement. And then secondarily, use it as a time frame to actually think about how you want to play the point, set up your focus and your concentration so you can play the very best point you possibly can. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson, and I hope that you'll get out there on the court and work on developing a routine and a ritual that will help improve your serve performance. Please give us a like, leave your comments down below, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next lesson.